Thank you, I'm gonna need those. Like, down we go. Now, will we make it to the sunken crate without being munched on? No. No, we will not. Hold up. Oh, I was gonna see if we could pull a fish out of the water. Slightly disappointing. Ah. So maybe we go below deck first. Also, that was the wrong button. Edgar Wakefield's log entry. It's going to pieces. I was just getting things under control, but now I hear Lizzie busted out of Coldridge. How? The dead eels are all starting to swing my way, and I even think we'll wipe out those accursed hatters soon. Mr. Hat humiliated me something awful with that raid to steal our engine coil, and payback was going to be me taking a piss in his stovepipe. But now that Lizzie is free again, I've got the crew on high alert. Orders to kill anyone that ain't one of us. I'm starting to think I bit off more than I can chew. Oh, this is gonna go well. So let me see here. Yeah, but we can't... Oh, can we signal? Was that a separate thing, signaling, than starting the thing? Yes, yes it was.
Lizzie Stride is assuming control of the dead eels now. She's ordered them to give you safe passage.
Lucky for them.
Your friend Edgar Wakefield set me up to be taken by the City Watch, and you followed him. Took his orders. But you know what? I forgive you. All of you. I'm filled with love. But the following people each owe me a finger. Logan, Douglas, Bang Bang, Ferris, Pigface, the Bakers, and Annabelle.
Shit.
2 from you, Annabelle. Have a good night.
Yes, yes, I can.
Are you daft or something? What?
Nothing. Hello.
That piece of garbage, Edgar. I'm still living with his incompetence. He let the Hatters...
When you bite your own cheek, it must be an absolute nightmare.
Ship seems fine to me.
They took the engine coil. We're dead in the water.
What is it? Can we make a new one?
They don't make them anymore, not for an engine like the Undines. We'll have to get it back.
The geezer still leads the Hatter gang, right? I'll pay him a visit.
It won't be that easy. There's a snag.
Always is. What's this one?
The geezer's about 100 years old by now. He's got it rigged so that if he dies, the whole place gets gassed.
Uh-oh.
So they're real careful around him. Got him a nurse and everything. Maybe you can cut a deal for that engine coil. Turn on the charm. One of the Hatters gave me their door password in exchange for keeping the rest of his fingers. It's whalebone. I never got to use it on account of the gas. And being in jail.
Just be ready to move when I get back.
See, the whole missions where you're not supposed to just kill everything that moves, yeah, I'm not good at that. That's not how we play. So how about somehow I turn off the gas and then I kill everyone?
You What'd I see Dowd do then?
Who?
Just because he can do strange things doesn't mean there's an invisible.
Okay, so textile mill. None of you have respawned, I think. Uh-oh. Can I outrun you? Thank goodness that was rewired.
What's the password?
Swordfish.
Whalebone.
Come in.
That was close.
Sir, the Hatters are using the textile machines to make shrouds for the plague dead.
Now we know why they took the engine coil.
The man who runs the Hatters is more cunning than he looks. He can flood this place with a toxic gas. In time, it'll eat through our air filters. You may have to make a deal.
A deal sounds an awful lot like not killing everyone.
Who just went through here?
The Empress did.
And I'm not sure I'm a fan of
They
that.
weren't wearing no clothes.
Keep your hat on. I was just asking.
Just because you're in charge of the gate, it don't mean the rest of us are idiots.
Yeah? Well, since you're such a genius, it...
Favor. Ah, so
real
maybe
easy to see who it was. So go check it out.
yeah,
Fine.
maybe we go
I don't know
sneaky
why
this
you're
time.
worried about nothing.
John. I hear something. Here somewhere. I mean, I can't just teleport through that, but it's gonna set off all of the
Somebody give me a hand!
like that.
I know something. Come on, spread out. Is anyone there?
Don't know if they eventually
Someone's messing with me.
forget about me or what.
Dowd. Didn't think I'd ever see you again. After you helped us escape the slaughterhouse, I got a job here running the looms. They got us working around the clock, making shrouds for all of the plague victims. Kinda makes me sick. But they have to come from somewhere, I guess.
How do I get into the engine room?
It's down in the basement, but you can't get in without the combination.
And where would I find that?
Nurse Trimble. He takes care of the geezer. But I'd bet my broom handle that's only half the story. See, the geezer's supposed to be the boss, but Trimble never lets anyone near him. Claims it's for his health.
Ah, is he already dead?
I'm sure the geezer knows the combination too, except Fat Chance talking to him alone. Only time Nurse Trimble leaves is to check the lab equipment he's got upstairs.
Thanks for the help.
I wonder if we go ask the old man first, is he gonna say, no, can you take care of Trimble? Which of course we'll happily oblige. The rat plague. I think we've read that one as well. Thank you, thank you. Skeeves is gone. It looks like Skeeves ain't coming back from his patrol. It's been 6 days now. Don't get me wrong, I ain't grieving 'cause Skeeves and me didn't see eye to eye on many things, but it makes me sad because he swore he was bringing back a tremendous stash of coins he knew about up in the dried up waterway. I figured I'd part him from all those coins in a few card games, but that ain't to be. Who knows? If that water ever comes on again, it might just flush him out, but I doubt it. When you get off duty tonight, we need to drink a toast to old Skeeves. Do we not get like a little hint that, oh, you might be able to find some oh, stuck. Let's see, enough is up there.
Is that?
Don't want to take that out. I would rather rewire it, but doesn't look like I can. I can see that at least. Not that way. Oh, I hear you.
Got anything to smoke or eat? Huh.
Darn. Should we do basement first? And then go up? Uh-oh. Gone to look into the water flow situation in the sewers. If you need access to the engine room while I'm away, talk to Nurse Trimble. He's the only other person with a door combination. Well, we tried. So all those rats are gonna be a slight nightmare. Should I? Wait, can I? No, I cannot. That does not go through. Oh, the spitting indoors. Whoa.
What the? Where'd you run? Here, you set this bastard up for the hagfish.
That was a wrong mine. Wait, no. No one else? That was ever so slightly disappointing, because I'm fairly certain. Oh, I can. Never mind. Excellent. Oh, game, I'm stuck. Thank goodness. I thought I was going to be chased down by a horde. Turns out no. Let's see. Okay, I should start using more bullets. Oh, hello. I am sort of afraid because she doesn't look like she's wearing a hat. She just looks like a, yeah, textile mill worker. That's civilian kill, I'm afraid. A history of Lizzie Stride. Don't think we've read this. Except from a listing of known underworld elements. Little is known of Elizabeth Stride's origins, except that she hailed from Morley, rumored to be the daughter of a seamstress and a traveling cloth merchant. Stride was forced to flee Morley in her early years after strangling an abusive schoolmaster. She smuggled herself out of the city disguised as a boy and became a powder monkey on a navy ship. If I'm not mistaken, powder monkeys are the ones that, as the name implies, like handle the powder to the cannons. So you have the barrels with the powder, and they have to fill up the cannons with new powder to prepare a new shot. The ruse worked for a time, allowing her to see wonders and horrors that women in her society had always been denied. Her high-spirited charisma and fierceness propelled her to the top of the pecking order in a small ship-bound community of children, and they grew loyal to her. Inevitable, her deception was discovered by the ship's surgeon when she was injured during a storm. Before the doctor could report her, she rallied her powder monkeys to toss a man overboard. A bloody fight ensued, but their brief mutiny was crushed as many of her followers were put down. In the chaos, Lizzie and a handful of loyal boys managed to abandon ship in a skiff. Afterward, they found employment for a few seasons with a cartographer, working along the coast of the Pandician continent to map estuaries. There, the crew of children grew into experienced and savage fighters. With the conclusion of the mapping expedition, the crew sailed back to Bristol. Once in Dunwall, Lizzie and her hardened friends carved a space for themselves in the street culture of the city. Their nautical experience had them at home in the Wrenhaven River, a territory previously unclaimed by any gang. They recruited former sailors, pirates, and defectors from other gangs. She took an unlikely lover, a naval aristocrat that arranged for her to carry merchant marine papers, giving them legitimacy in the eyes of the government and allowing her to sail through territory normally restricted to merchant. Oh, what's that called? It's sort of like a letter of marque that says, oh, they're allowed to be pirates for us. Some of those same powder monkeys from the early years still follow her, helping pilot the cargo boat, the Undine, up and down the Wrenhaven on smuggling missions. As the leader of the Dead Eels, Lizzie has an almost mythic reputation for ferocity. She files her teeth to points and is even rumored to have webbed toes. Her enemies fear her unpredictable violence as much as they despise her. Nope, that was a unusual sound. Is that a... Getting all of the usual ingredients up here, mayhaps? Don't look. Hey, first try. That's the main office. We'll go there. I would like to explore all the other things. Have any sleep? The effects of whale oil on the gastric humors, Volume 2, except from a natural philosopher's notes on the effects of whale oil on gastrointestinal function. My primary patient is no longer mobile. Loss of bone density coupled with the amount of organ maintenance that I have to perform on a daily basis means that he will be bound to a chair or bed for the foreseeable future. While this greatly agitated the subject at first, he quickly grew too fatigued to offer further protest. I cleared a room close to my lab, but with access to the mill so he could continue giving orders. Update. After 3 weeks of regression, the yellowish sores have reappeared around implantation site C. I was holding out hope for full recovery, as the highest concentration of whale oil was pumped into this site in particular. Timer calibration. The calibration of my experiment timer is slightly off. This should be fixed immediately. I like to check on my experiments immediately after the bell chimes. I have this all perfectly timed from the bell rings to the walk to my lab. This should be a top priority after you return from restoring the water flow in the sewers. Trimble.
Trimble's got good handwriting, which makes me distrust him.
The effects of whale oil on the gastric humors, Volume 1. Excerpt from a natural philosopher's notes on the effects of whale oil on gastrointestinal function. One benefit of this plague is the abundance of unclaimed bodies readily available to the inquisitive medical mind. I've been able to stimulate gastric function in addition to other organ activity through infusions of whale oil and the application of electrical impulses. I believe that such treatments should be applied to the living and that it might prolong life indefinitely. When my process is applied to the stomach and intestinal systems, digestion does in fact still occur, though the end product must be evacuated from the stomach through tubing and processed by my machinery before being recirculated to the appropriate organs. This was a tricky solution to come across, as my first inclination was to break the food down myself and bypass the natural process altogether. My subject has indicated that he no longer has a sense of taste, but that might be a mercy given what I'm feeding him these days. Lovely. Key notes. Oh, do nothing. How do we... Been over on this end? Oh, that's just above where we're... Okay. So let's close that. So I guess what we could do is... we set this off. He'll come up. We can go down. Mayhaps talk to... that guy that he's taken care of. Assuming he doesn't notice me.
Did I set this and forget?
Down. Quick. Come close. Before that son of a bitch Trimble gets back.
I had a feeling.
Pickle I'm in. Words out about your deal with Lizzie. I know why you're here. You want that engine coil? It's yours. You just have to do one thing, assassin. Kill me. This contraption, Trimble's machine, get it off me. Let me die. I'll give you what you want. All I have to do is pull that oil tank. No, not yet. Trimble's machine keeps me alive, but he's rigged it so that gas will flood the mill if I die. Insurance. Search Trimble's quarters. Upstairs, he has antitoxin he drinks every day, just in case I croak. You'll have to make some to survive the gas. But everyone will die. Not just you.
Well,
These
that's...
hatters. They're not my hatters, don't deserve the name. Trimble's been calling the shots for years.
Well, I have
They
good
can choke
news.
and die, every last one.
The missing mechanic. I've sent our head mechanic into the sewers to try and get the water flowing in the canals again, but he hasn't been heard from since. We've lost another We've lost other men trying to investigate what happened to him. Trimble.
This guy never made it back. Wonder if he...
Warning, we're replacing the whale oil tank that powers the pulmonary machine. You have to have a precious little time to do so. If you fail, be diligent and Mr. Hat perishes, you will release a toxic gas that will end your life and that of your fellow Hatters. Have a care.
Down there.
Is he on his way back?
Dowd. Today is only
Uh-oh.
getting stranger. Since I saw you coming, I'll assume you're here to talk business. I'll take you to the geezer.
Thank you.
My name's Dowd. I'm looking for Lizzie Stride's missing engine coil. I'm giving you a chance to make a deal.
Yes, sir. Very reasonable offer. Geezer here says you're in luck. We only need that engine coil because someone shut off the flow that turns our water wheel. I sent men into the sewers to restore the flow, and not one of them came back. But what stopped them won't be a problem for the famous Dowd, will it? When the water flows, I'll give you the engine coil. The key's gone missing, so you'll have to find your own way in, I'm afraid. But it's a pleasure to do business, Mr. Dowd. The Hatters will behave themselves, as long as you keep your end of the bargain, Dowd.
Yeah, I'll keep my end of the bargain. Now, let's play amateur chemist. I have no idea how to do this. Okay, so one of these can be put in there. Recipe required, I had a feeling. Where would we find such a recipe? I mean, there are things. Oh. I was wondering where there was one of these, because we found... Oh. The antitoxin formula needs the following. Crush flour. We got some. A bull rat fetus. I don't think we have that. One in the dry storage room, so that should be fine. Metallic salts. Some of the manufacturing floor. Okay, so... How do we add ingredients? Or do we just have to have them all in our inventory and he'll do all the mixing for us? See how do we get further down this way? No, not this way. This way. Alley. Ah, I missed that. The giant jar. And now we mix some antitoxin and we fill the old man's wishes. Because we're nice like that. Not here. Refreshing. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo. Don't mind me.
It's out. What's the combination?
Dowd. You set me free, kid. Hatters are finished. That's good. And,
something. Wish it had been Lizzie. I gave her the password a long time ago. But she never came. Beautiful smile.
I need that combination.
Right. You did your part. The number is 5, 7. Murderer!
Are you Stride's pawn?
Did you really think you were going to win against me? Let's not be silly. I am literally a legendary assassin. Dead 5-7, and then we can just... I wonder if you could, like, if you knew the code already, could you just go in? Or is it like random, or and won't let you get like lucky?
All this for a chunk of metal and wiring. If this gets me closer to Delilah's throat, so be it.
Alley. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Ow. It's a whole new area I wasn't prepared for.